fundamental right to have a doctor help you end your life when you're terminally ill. It's what the Attorney General's office and physicians were debating in front of a packed appellate courtroom today. Stephanie Claytor was also at that hearing. Stephanie?
Yeah, Tessa, after an hour and a half of debate, it appears that this will be a tough decision for the three appellate judges. They seem to understand both sides. However, two of the judges were concerned about legislating from the bench.
I think our case is incredibly strong, and that the arguments that we've made are really, really reasonable. Just plain that to have physician aid in dying legal in New Mexico is just plainly the right thing to do.
Asia Riggs is now in remission from cancer. When she became a plaintiff in this case more than a year ago, she was terminally ill and dying. She wanted the option of having a doctor help her take her own life.
I think people ought to be able to make the choice in their own terms and to make their own choice, not to have somebody do something to them when they're in that extreme pain. That should be avoided.
She and the other physician plaintiffs won in district court last January, but then the Attorney General's office appealed. It believes it's up to the legislature to determine whether physicians can aid in a terminally ill yet competent patient's death.
This is an issue that raises questions that the judiciary isn't that well equipped to handle about specifically how a practice like this should be administered, and that those kinds of specific directions have to come from the legislature.
Although the judges called the Attorney General office's argument confusing in court today, Judge Miles Hannessy did say he shares some belief that the legislature is a more appropriate venue for making this decision. Judge Tim Garcia also expressed concerns about the standard of care if this practice is allowed to happen in New Mexico, since there isn't a law regulating it. Judge Linda Vonzi kept reiterating that when this case was heard in the district court, there was 17 years of data presented that demonstrated that no abuse of this procedure had taken place. Now, the judges are expected to render an opinion within the next 6 to 12 months on this case. Live at the Court of Appeals near UNM campus, Stephanie Claytor, KOB Eyewitness News 4.